And a very good afternoon to you all. Good morning, depending on where you're watching across the globe. If you are watching from here in the UK, the United States, or across Europe, basically anywhere. It's an absolute pleasure to have your company on this Tuesday, the 4th of May already. Although, saying that, looking at the weather today, you would not think it's May time. You would think it is autumn time. Maybe even winter time. So trust me, apparently it is springtime, well, going into the summertime. But this is, of course, Wake Up Call. So if you're relatively new to us, my name is Craig Laird, and I'm with you Monday to Friday from 12 p.m. here in the UK. Of course, you guys stateside, you're going to be joining us in the very early hours of the morning, being 7 a.m. Eastern time or 4 a.m. Pacific time. And what we're going to be doing in the show today is I have got a very, very special guest coming up just shortly. They may be at one side of me. You're going to see it popping up very, very shortly. And we're even going to be doing a little bit of crafting. But what we can do is let's give you a bit of a tease as to what's coming up throughout the day on Crafters TV. So have a look right at the side, right along there. So coming up later on in the day is the Craft Along. So that's going to be with Jan. That's going to be 3 p.m. here in the UK or 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific time. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have a party. It's Tuesday, let's party. We are going to be partying with some incredible new products that you're going to be able to get your hands on as well. Also been with Jan, so that's going to be 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern time, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Now, with it being Wake Up Call, I cannot do this show on my own. I've tried, but I always need someone. Now, out of all of our male presenters here at Crafters Companion, with their name beginning with the letter B, he is my absolute favourite, and he's back with me for the next couple of days, and he's here right next to me, and it's Ben. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Craig. Do you know what I was just going to say? You, out of all the people that I work with here on Crafters TV, whose name begins with a C, who are Scottish, come from Carnoustie, you're my number one. You're my favourite.
How funny is that?
I mean,
how funny is that?
Did you have a good break?
I did, thank you very much. Yeah,
Excellent.
I did. It was nice. First day back working with you, and back together for the next few days.
You're looking refreshed and revivified, and new cut, looking very good.
Yeah,
very
snazzy.
Smart. Snazzy. You've lost a little whoop at the back there.
Oh yeah, and you've got the little bit of the whoop at the front there now.
I've got a whoop going on there.
Yeah.
Never mind. I need mine done again soon. Anyway, it's good to be back. Producer's already going, move on, what have you got to tell us? I've got loads of stuff to tell you because we have got some great shows coming up. I am going to be here with you, of course, for the next two shows coming up here on Crafters TV, and the Craft Along is on the way at 3 o'clock UK time this afternoon. Jan will be here, so you know when it's a Craft Along with Jan, it is going to be brilliant. We're featuring the Letters from the Heart collection, the Sarah Signature collection. You will need a shopping list. If you haven't seen this already on the socials, let's give you a rundown of everything that you are going to need if you want to take part in this Craft Along. Of course, we do it in real time. We do it at a pace which is nice and easy for you to join along with. And this is everything that you need. From the Letters from the Heart collection, you'll need that typewriter stamp and die set, the stamp and die lace envelope. You'll need your lace borders metal die, your classic postmarks stamp set. You'll need the 12 by 12 paper pad, A4 craft cardstock, and you'll need your 12 by 12 brown cardstock as well. There are then some additional elements that you'll need to make this nice and easy for you. Your Gemini Junior or MIDI with the plates, obviously. You'll need a guillotine. You'll need a scoreboard and scoring tool. You'll need a bone folder. You'll need scissors and your Spectrum Noir ink to match your chosen papers. You'll need a blending tool, your Spectrum Noir Finesse ink in the Pebble, and your small stamping platform too. And there's some more for you here. You're also going to need your 12mm red liner tape, your Collal all-purpose glue and tacky glue. You'll need your double-sided tape pen and dotty tape pen. You'll need your adhesive. These are optional, but if you want to kind of, do it exactly to the letter, you'll need the adhesive pearls. You'll need scraps of cardstock, brown for the typewriter, cream for the notes, pink for the envelope, and a partridge in a pear tree. And I think that is just about everything that you will need. So if you want to get involved and follow along with us, 3 o'clock this afternoon here in the UK, which is 10 a.m. Eastern or 7 a.m. Pacific. And of course, the great thing is if you haven't yet got this collection, we'll have it on the show for you as well. So you'll be able to get it during the show and you'll have that Craft Along there to come back to once you've got all of your goodies. Now, as per usual, I am here to, as per usual, I'm here to sit and do nothing. No, I'm here to take your comments over the course of the next hour and a half or so. So get in touch with us on Facebook, get in touch with us on YouTube as well. Any questions, any comments, and I have a feeling feeling there will be a few questions coming in over the course of this show as well when we meet Craig's very special guest. But yes, get those comments coming in. We'll say hello to a few of you in just a mo. But Craig is just over normally where I stand to show you what is coming up through the day here on Crafters TV.
I am indeed. I think actually, Ben, should we let everyone know, if you've not already seen social media over the last couple of days, we'll let you know who's popping up later on in the show. In case you've got any questions or you want to say hi, it is of course my mum. Now usually in the past you'll seen my mum coming in through Skype. She's live in the studio with myself and Ben. So she's just across there. She is a real person. And do you know what? I'll explain it a bit more just coming up, Ben. But do you know what's going to be so good and so weird as well? Having someone at the side of me.
Oh yeah.
We're in a bubble together, so that means I can have mum right at the side of me. But we'll go over that later on as well, where we are going to be, well, say I'm going to be doing crafting, my mum's going to do crafting. And you know, our friends and family know that she's not a crafter. This will be fun, won't it? But let's have a look and see what's coming up on the Craft Along. This is all about the letters from the heart. Now, Craft Along, if you've already got it, you've got the product list that Ben went over that you can be crafting along live with Jan. However, if you've not already got the product and you want to purchase the product, today's giving you the opportunity to do that. So everything that you're seeing on the screen there is your Sarah's Signature Letter from the Heart collection. 107 elements and a 12 by 12 paper pad. You've got dies, you've got folders, you've even got all your accessories, you know, you've even got your wax melt in there as well. You're getting all of that for $81.38 here in the UK. For you guys stateside, $115.21. Already getting that saving that you can see at the bottom of your screen. However, if you're in Club Inspire, of course, go to crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu and all your prices in the level of Club Inspire that you are will bring the price down even less. Craft Along is live today. However, you can come back time and time again and craft along at your own convenience. It means that we're not live, but it's still there on YouTube or our website where you can go back and watch whenever you like. But what you might want to start to incorporate with that will work well together, but this is what's coming up now in launch day. So launch day is what's coming up later on. So that will be 7 p.m. here in the UK. For you guys stateside, that is of course going to be 2 p.m. Eastern time or 11 a.m. Pacific time. Now, what I feel is absolutely essential when it comes to any crafting, and that's decoupage. Now, if you've been following me for some time now, you know how much I love my decoupage. That might be something to do with what we're going to be doing later on with my mum, but until then, this is our Explorer kit. So this is our Crafter's Companion Floral Spray Decoupage Explorer kit. You're getting 16 elements in total, including the decoupage 6x6 pad. Now you've got the die, you've got the pad, you've even got the stamps to use so that once the pad is used up, you've got the stamps that you can then stamp out and then decoupage. But then what we're also giving you is foam pads and glue gel. My personal favourite, as you know, is foam pads. You've got the 3D glue gel as well. So we'll maybe touch upon both of them later on when we come to demo these. So I'll go over with that one, £24 here in the UK, $40 for you guys stateside. And before Club Inspire, that is even giving you a 25% off on that one. But we're not going anywhere far. We're going to stick with the launch party, and this is obviously going to be part of launch party, and it's the Out of the World deal. This is our Spectrum Noir. This is our tri-blend brush complete collection with a Sarah buddy bag. So what you're going to be getting with them is your tri-blend brush. These are the same concept as our tri-blend pens. I'll explain that again later on throughout in the show, but that's 24 pens. However, each pen has 3 colour tones within each one. So you're getting well more than that. I will explain that later on in the show, but you're getting the pens, you're also getting that buddy bag as well. £60 here in the UK, $89 for you guys stateside. You're already getting that saving straight away, but if you do want to know more about Club Inspire, we'll be talking about that throughout the show and also throughout the day on Crafters TV. But what we do need to do, for me to get myself sorted and to go over to that side, I'm going to have a look at the comment. Loads of comments already coming through as well. So we'll get Ben to get started with them, go over another few bits, and that gives me a time to just jolt across. Aren't you, Ben?
Absolutely, that's what I'm here for. Sarah is in from Melbourne. Hello, Sarah. Terry from Ohio. Alison from Brooklyn, New York. Lovely to have you all with us this Tuesday. I keep thinking it's Monday. It was a bank holiday here in the UK yesterday, so I'm all confuzzled, but it's definitely Tuesday, right? Aisha says, good morning, everyone. Checking in from New Jersey. Hello, Craig, Mum, and Ben. Lily Jones on Facebook says, hi, everyone. Only here for a wee while, but I couldn't miss seeing Craig's mum. Hi Craig, Ben, Mrs. Laird and the CTV team. And Dee on YouTube says, say hello to Craig's mama. Hi Craig's mama. Sunday is Mother's Day in the US, so tell her happy Mother's Day from all of us in the US. The other thing as well, right, so I'm here obviously keeping track of your comments. Get your questions in as well. I think this is a great opportunity for us to dig the dirt just a little bit, right? Because Craig's mum is here. This doesn't happen very often. So if there's anything you ever wanted to know about Craig, get those questions in and I'll put them to his mum. Anything that you want to know. I think this is a great opportunity not to be missed. So what it might, anything that you want to know about him. It might not even be, am I stirring the pot a bit here? It might not even be crafty related. If it's a burning question you've always wanted to know about Craig, get in touch and I'll put it to his mum over the course of this show. Get in touch with us on Facebook, get in touch with us on YouTube, and we will fire those questions Craig's mum's way. I'm gonna call you Craig's mum, I think, over the course of the show.
That's fine. Yeah. I don't mind.
Craig's mum.
Yeah,
I
like that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's not the worst name I've been called.
Oh no, I'm talking about Craig's mum.
Okay, I got you. I see what you mean.
Anyway, moving on.
Oh, is that to me now, is it?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, you're done. You finished?
You need more time, do you?
No, you're all right. Just you sit down. You're all right.
I will. I'll be comfy over here.
Get your cup of tea.
I will.
Okay, doc.
Yep.
Thanks, Ben. So what we're going to do is let's have a look at the windows from the heart that we've got here. Now, we're going to do a bit of a demo just in a moment, but let's give you a bit more of an insight as to what you can be getting if you go for the full bundle. Now, you're going to be getting the 12 by 12 paper pad as well. This is luxurious when it comes to the paper pad. Now, within this one here, it's all a matte cardstock, so that means you're able to ink it, you're able to stamp onto it, double-sided, so they're all complement just beautifully as well. You can still emboss it, you can die cut it if you so wish, but 12 by 12, really going in for you guys stateside, you can then be using them as your scrapbook pages. Scrapbooking is growing more here in the UK. We do more of our cards, but when it comes to 12 by 12, if you cut them down, you're going to get 4 6x6 card mats. So lots of nice ways, lots of good options to fussy cut if you like to fussy cut like I do. So that is the paper pad that you're getting within that one there. 48 sheets within that one. And then let's have a look at the boards. Now we've got a great array of different layering dies as well as layering stamps. We've got this gorgeous little envelope that you'll be able to see coming up in a minute or two. This is the lace envelope stamping die set. So this is the die down in here, but you've got lots of different elements that all pop out. So these ones here, these you can change, the actual look of your envelope. Nice little gift card. It's not big enough for a gift card, for a store or anything like that. I like to say, when you send someone flowers and you get that little card that you write on, it's that sort of size. But you get the little die to go with it as well. Then you've got all these stamps. So we've got the stamps. This is how they look once you've stamped them out, but you've got the dies to coordinate, and that's going to cut them out. Then what we've got is our border dies as well. Lace border dies within these ones here. These are the dies. This is what it looks like once we have die cut them out. And then these ones are our torn paper dies. So this gives you that look, that impression of torn paper. But what we've also got is we've got all of these different components at the bottom. Then we are going into our stabs, our postmark stabs. So you've got your old style. This is even like you could be making your own envelope, the own envelope fronts for your cards. All of these are included too. Then what we've got is our love and sentiments. Then we have got this embossing folder. Absolutely glorious. It's not a readable one, but it's nice to add extra texture to the back of your card, maybe do the letterpress technique, all these different things that you can be doing. And here's another one. This is one that's an absolute favourite to many of you that's already got this collection. Vintage postmark embossing folder. And now I have left, I'm going to say the best till last. This seems to be everyone's favourite that's already got this collection. And it's the classic typewriter stamp and die set. So many of you have been using this typewriter for so many other projects other than what you're creating at the moment. All of these are individual sentiments as well. All of that I have showed you, other than the paper pad, all of these other elements there, you look after them, they're going to last you a lifetime. They're all going to go through your Gemini Mini as well as your Gemini MIDI. I've got the Junior at the side of me. Sorry, some of them will go through the Gemini Mini, all of them will go through the Gemini MIDI, and of course they'll all go through the Gemini Junior. So let's crack on and let's see, let's just have a quick look as well. Saying,
the questions.
Oh, is that all right enough? Yeah, I see what you see, don't I?
Yeah.
Right, so I won't look at the questions. I've just seen Maxine on Facebook. You're saying can't wait to see Craig's blushes. Can't wait to see Craig's blushes when his mum spills the beans. That'll be interesting. He's set me up.
Well, there's a few questions coming in. If you missed me asking a few minutes ago, any questions, anything you ever wanted to know about Craig that maybe you think he wouldn't answer that question, I'll just ask his mum. I'll ask his mum. Facebook and YouTube, get those questions in, and when we meet Craig's mum in just a bit, we'll ask those questions.
And can I just say,
yeah.
Our social media guru that's in charge today, Sarah Jane, we're friends. That's all I'm saying. That's all that I am saying. Just you watch. Just you watch.
Get him in, Sarah Jane. Get him in.
She'll maybe send some of her own. You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know. Here we go. So let's do a little bit of crafting. Now I've taken a 7x7 card blank. Now what I've done is I have chopped 5 inches. So I've chopped up to 5 inches here. And then what this is going to enable me to do is I've got some acetate. Now trust me, there is acetate there. And then that is then going to sit underneath because that's going to create our acetate front. It will all come together in a moment when we start to layer it up. So what I'm going to do is I've already done these mats and layers here. So this one being 6.5 by 6.5. And look at the gorgeous design. That's part of the 12 by 12 paper pad. You can go around and add extra colour if you want. It's up to yourself. You might want to come in and shade little bits in, maybe with your aqua pens if you want. You've got lots of options as well. Great thing with this full collection is if you are a beginner and have a die cutting machine, then you've got everything that you need. But if you're more advanced crafter, then you can start to incorporate all your other mediums. Maybe your foil press. Actually, that's an idea. Ben, can you imagine running some of these papers through with your foil press stamps, even little accents or that, and just picking it out that little bit more, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. There's a question come in actually about the collection, and you were touching on the envelope a few moments ago. Sue wants to know, is that envelope large enough to fit a gift card in? I know you said it probably fit in one of those sort of messages with the flowers that you get sent. Would it fit a little gift card in it?
So it won't fit one of your gift cards from the store. I'm led to believe the gift cards in the US of A are basically the same size as ours. Okay. So they're not going to fit. They will fit, as you just said there, that I picked upon, Ben. It reminds me size-wise as the little cards that you would get if you're sending someone flowers. So if I measure this one so we can see, so it is, say, 3 inches by 2 inches. 3 inches by 2. So it's really quite small. So you can do it. No, absolutely not, Georgina. You cannot. Well, you could fold up £50 notes if you want. Pop it into there. You could.
Brilliant.
You could.
And that is great. I can't wait until you send me a present, George. I should be expecting big money. If you're folding up £50 notes to put in there, brilliant.
I know. I know.
Wow.
That would be interesting. And then can we just say as well, because obviously it was your birthday when you were off, Ben.
Friday, yeah.
Friday. Lots of people were wishing you happy birthday. He's not in at the moment because he's on the HSN side, but our Liam, who does lots of our graphics and that, it's his birthday today. So I doubt he'll be watching at this point because he's probably still sleeping before he comes in. But then also Jake, who works with Tracy. And John, it's Jake's birthday as well. He definitely won't be watching. No, but a big happy birthday to them both to celebrate. So yeah, birthdays galore just now. And then obviously we do have one coming up in June.
Do we?
We've got a lot more before that.
Yeah. Go on, come from June. Oh, Debbie Fisher.
Debbie Fisher, yeah.
Debbie Fisher, June the 21st.
21st of June is Debbie Fisher's.
Note that one down.
Yeah.
Important birthday on the 21st
That
of June.
is the important one.
Yeah, because we're celebrating that and also celebrating hopefully the end of lockdown as well, aren't we? So that's the two things to celebrate on that day. Just the two things to remember.
Just the two. Nothing else. No. Nothing else important happening.
No. Can't think of anything else we need to celebrate on that day.
No.
Can't.
It's not important.
Oh, hang on, your mum's pointing at you over the other side of the studio there. What's the?
Oh, it's my
your
birthday!
It's your birthday as well.
So it is. Darn. Forgot about that. That's my birthday. I know.
Oh. So 3 reasons to celebrate on June the 21st.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's carry on with this bit here, and what we're going to do is I'm going to explain what I've done a moment ago. So that is us now popped our backing onto our card blank, and then I popped our acetate under this top slip here. Then this piece, this is just using extra cardstock that I've done, and I've layered it up, same pattern paper, same pink. This is from our 12 by 12 pastel tones, and I've created the base of my card blank. That's going to give it stability, so it's going to be able to stand once we've finished. And then what I want to do is decorate this part here as well. And the good thing with this collection is there's a lot of pastel tones, there's pinks, there's peaches, there's mints. But if you start to incorporate things like craft cards, even maybe some navy cardstocks, and you can really start to pull out a lot of depth from some of the images that run throughout. And that's one of the things that Sarah's always proud of when it comes to her collections, is the amount of time and effort that she puts in with the team to make everything complement each of the collections. And saying that, it doesn't mean that you can't mix and match them. You know, you absolutely can do.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were talking about this when we launched it. This kind of overlaps quite nicely with the, was it the Vintage Diaries?
Vintage Diaries.
A lot of people are like cross-pollinating collections now because they do, a lot of them do sort of intertwine a bit, don't they?
They do, they absolutely do. You can start to bring in, as you said there, the Vintage Diaries with this collection. Vintage Diaries being perfect because it is your browns and your craft cards and blacks within them ones. So we say it quite a lot, but it's all about having fun. It's simply having fun. And at the end of Wake Up Call yesterday, we had 2 of Sarah's friends on, Pam and Margaret.
Oh yeah.
And like Margaret said at the end, which is right enough, of course, no one likes waste. The end of the day, if, for instance, I've done this die cutting here, say that it slipped, Ben, it's only a bit of cardstock.
Not the end of the world, is it?
It's not the end of the world. You know, you might find a way to rectify it, but if not, it's not the end of the world. So don't ever worry, just have a bit of a play. And, you know, with all our shows at Crafters TV, you can always go back and watch all of them time and time again. They get loaded up onto our YouTube. Also on our website, but the best place is always to go onto our YouTube because you can do, what is it the kids say these days, click and subscribe?
That's what, because I'm down with the kids.
You are.
Click and subscribe. But you can create your own little playlist as well, can't you, on YouTube? So if there's a particular show that you like, you can create your own little...
Didn't know that.
Yeah, like you do with your music streaming services, devicey things. Yeah, you can create those. So if there's particular shows that you like, maybe, I don't know, you're into your colouring, you want to create your own little playlist of Colour Me Happy videos, you can do that, or whether it's the craft alongs, you can search them out. And basically the videos go right back, don't they, Craig? I mean, they go
they do.
right back.
They do.
All the way.
Even when it comes to our foil press, Ben, there is thousands of hours all about our foil press across on YouTube. So absolutely, go across, have a look, and you know you're going to get lots of ideas. And the good thing as well, as much as you all love watching us live, it does mean the bits that you want to, you know, get rid of, just fast forward us or mute us if you want.
What did you say? What did you look at me when you said that?
It's just, you know, giving us that personal contact by doing eye to eye.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
It's just coincidence that you were talking about muting people. When
Why would anyone want to mute the voiceover guy, the legend of a voiceover guy?
Well, I don't know. Why would you want to mute me?
See, I just wouldn't.
Hopefully my wife isn't watching at this point because she'll probably message in with loads of reasons
Probably.
she would want to mute me. But there we are.
Yeah, my mum here in the studio and Laura emailing in or phoning in and saying, Well, I can give you many reasons.
Oh, your mum wants to meet me as well. This is bad. That's two people now. Two. She's looking at me and nodding, actually. I thought she was going to be shaking her head there.
It should not.
By the way, it is not long until you see Craig's mum. And thank you for all the questions coming in as well. There are some brilliant questions that I cannot wait to pose to your mum in just a little while. Questions that I would never have thought of asking, and now I definitely want to know the answer to. So yes, it's all good. All good.
Oh,
Keep them
dear.
coming.
I just think it's good. The most weird part for me, not only of course having mum at the side of me live, is having someone at the side of me live while we're going out live.
Back in the olden days, isn't it?
Back in the olden
When we
days,
used to have to
having
stand
someone
next to each other.
I know, it'd be bizarre, but it's going to be so good. Going to be so good. Now, what I've done with this bit is I've come along with the stamp and die set. So this is actually part of the lace envelope, and we've got all these foliage and these sprigs and that here. Now, this one I've gone quite bright. I'm going to show you the one that I've done and gone a lot more muted in pastel tones. But these, they do layer up. So if you're familiar with our layering stamp sets, we've got the hearts that they layer up. So you would go with this full backdrop one. This would be a light tone. Then the detail, you'd come in with the dark tone. But we've got lots of little bits, little berry sprigs as well. So what I'm then going to do is I have randomly stamped this before I've die cut it, because I want that random look. And then I'm going to come in, I'm checking the size that I have done before. So I'm going to go here. So if I then pop this, I think I've just got a little bit of room. And then I'm going to run it through. I'm going to run this one through.
Just to let you know,
Sarah Jane, I thought we were friends.
yeah, Sarah Jane, our social media star, is encouraging the questions on Facebook and YouTube, so that's good.
That is good, isn't it?
Well, is it?
Is it?
I don't know. Is it?
We'll soon see. We'll soon see. So here we go. So we've taken this next one down. So this was the next size down from the first layer that I've done. Then what I've also done as well, I'll show you what I've already done because I've stamped one of the sentiments, but I've shown you how you can make it look different by going down quite dramatically in a pastel tone. So you can see how we've really, it's very much like a watermark effect. So this is a couple of ways you can do it, either using, of course, really light colours, or what you can also do is do what we would say is a second or third generation stamp.
Yeah.
So if I take the foliage one back in again, and let's go back in with our green. So if anyone wants to know, that was grasshopper and Chinese red that I used, and it was water reactive, not quick dry. Don't want you to think you always have to use quick dry. You don't. If you want more of a rustic look, then of course your water reactive will work just fine. So this is our first impression, so if I stamp, so we can see we've got the impression there. But if I stamp again, you can see how it gets lighter.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if I stamp again, it gets even lighter. So the more you do it, the more it fades down. So you can start to create a collage, even from one stamped impression, by getting lighter and lighter. So that's how that one's been created here. So let's start to assemble these little bits together, because I've also got a, let's actually, Georgina, what would we like for time? Okay, fabulous, plenty of time. Let's go in with the typewriter. And then what I'm going to do as well is I've taken a piece of the pattern paper from the paper pad, and let's take, I want to take another little bit, but I want more of a minty colour. This kind of colour, mint, teal, duck egg blue is my favourite. So let's go, and that was a contender there.
Oh, it was.
That was a contender. No, let's go back into this bit. And I'm not going to pull the full page out. I'm only going to cut where I want it. So actually, let's do a little bit of the rose as well.
The chat about that die has been, to quote Sarah, off the chart. Everyone's loved that typewriter, haven't they?
They have. I think it's the fact of, you know, this is actually a collection. Depending on what elements you use, you can make it male themed, but with the typewriter, if you come along with any of your deep tones, your pattern papers, what about maybe your hunky-dory background cardstock?
Yeah.
You know, be great for the males if you want to do that. But what I'm doing is I'm going to use this one here. It's actually going to be the front of the typewriter, and then we're going to stick it onto the back of this one, and we're going to do a little bit of fussy cutting out. So you can use the typewriter separately, you can do the layer up. What you can also do as well, you don't have time to do it, but you know, Ben, you see how you got all those sentiments with it?
Yeah.
If I bring this one in, so I'm going to bring this one. Now, all these sentiments, so what you could do is using either one of the little square dies or rectangle dies. For instance, this one would work well, that comes within the middle of the envelope. What you can do is you can stamp the centre, die cut that into white, and then stamp your little sentiment, and then what you can do is on your card, you can tuck that in.
Perfect.
So it makes it look as though, you know, you've been typing out, you know, whatever sentiment that you want to do. So there's lots of ways around that. And then what we can do is let's move these bits out of the way. So let's just take, I've moved everything about because they're getting ready for Mum at the side of me. So where the bin usually is, I've moved it to the other side. So we're going to end up with a heap of cardstock.
How long till, what's the countdown till Mum? Is it about 10 minutes?
About 10 minutes.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Bet you can. I bet you can.
I think your mum's excited. I'm just looking over the other side of the studio. I can't quite tell from the facial expression.
No, she is. She's a bit nervous.
Yeah, well, I would be.
She kept saying, no, don't leave me on my own. It's like, don't worry, I'm not going to leave you on your own. Hi, Mum.
Yeah, can you imagine? Go for a cup of tea. Off you go. Take over.
See ya. I know, definitely wouldn't do that. But what's going to be fun as well is, you know, we've talked about it in the past, but my mum is not a crafter. You know, she'd done some incredible painting by numbers during lockdown and that. And when she zoomed in, she showed them. But as a paper crafter, as any kind of other crafter, you know, in paper realms or soft crafts, anything like that, my mum isn't a crafter. So to see her doing decoupage, the Gemini, it's the first time you're going to see her doing it. With hopefully my expertise.
Well, yes, you would hope. There's some brilliant questions coming in as well. We've got probably 7 or 8 questions, I would say, coming in.
Yeah.
To ask your mum. Some of them delve a little bit deeper than others, is all I would say.
Oh, they do they?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, even Georgina's curious.
Well, yeah, you can obviously see some of the questions that are coming in, you see. So there's some good questions. Still time to get yours in. If you want to pose any questions to Craig's mum, get in touch with us on Facebook and on YouTube, and we'll pose those there over the course of the sort of final 45 minutes or so. Ask any questions you want. Whether all those questions will filter through to me here in the studio, I'm not quite sure. But if there's anything you wanted to know, like your favourite Scottish crafter, Crafty Man Craig, then today is the day to ask those questions. Can't wait.
I have to say, Mum absolutely loved the song that you done, but well, like both of them. I know you done one recently as well.
Yeah.
But Crafty Man.
Oh, two thumbs up from that side of the studio.
Well, everyone loved that as well, but my mum thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
My whole family did as well.
It was that was good fun. I still think that's my favourite of the 2 that we've done so far, actually.
Do you think so? Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Enjoyed that.
It's a very catchy song. Very catchy song.
Yes, very catchy. Very catchy.
It was good. So what we'll do is, if we bring these bits back together again, so that's the one that we stamped. Now this is the one that I showed you where we've got that lighter impression, and do more of whatever makes you happy. That's one of the sentiment sets that you've got within the full collection. So let's go in with our tape runner. What I would do as well, Ben, is I would, on the back of this card blank, I'm going to show you in a second, let's do this one on with our tape as well, and then we're going to lift with some foam pads. So if I come into here, and I'm going to pop that there and press. Now what I would do, a little bit more time at home, I would come along and I would cut strips of cardstock just to put on the back of this acetate so that we can hide any of the workings, but that's something that I can do at a later date. Then what I'm going to do is I've brought in the typewriter that we've got here, and I've backed it on with the pink cardstock. What I would have done, let's see if I've got a little bit more give, because if not, I'll show you what I've done with my original one, yeah. So what I've done is I fussy cut all the way around.
Yeah.
But can you see this one here? See how I've not got any pattern paper at the back? So I've got like a little slot that I can pop things in. Mm-hmm. So that can go to the side here. So let's bring some of my foam pads. Would you believe it? I'm running low on my big foam pads.
What?
I know.
What?
I know. I've only got my smaller ones.
Well, I sound surprised, but actually the rate that you get through them,
I know.
there's got to be a point when you do run out, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah. I've not stocked up since I come back,
Yeah.
so that'll be on my to-do list.
Did you get any crafting done when you were on holiday?
I didn't do anything.
Wow.
I didn't do anything. No, nothing at all. I didn't even take anything with me. Nothing, which is quite unlike me.
Yeah.
I think, although this time round as well, because going home, I was able to see my family and close friends.
Yes.
Obviously, still safely, but I was able to see them.
Yeah.
So I knew that I wouldn't have time to do anything. Because sometimes.
I was going to say, I saw some lovely pictures up there as well, because the weather was quite nice as well, wasn't it? In patches.
In patches, yeah. The day I arrived was simply incredible. The first thing that I'd done was arrived at my mum and stepdad's,
Yeah.
dropped my bags, had a cup of tea, and then went, like I always do, a walk along the beach.
So your family home is within walking distance to the beach? Yeah?
It is, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, about 10-minute walk, if that.
Was it bracing on the beach?
It was nice.
Oh, was
No,
it?
it was really nice.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it can be a little bit chilly, depending where the wind and that is, but yeah, it was really, really nice. So I'm actually thinking, by the looks of the weather so far, although some of the days last week weren't great, it's certainly better than the way this week's panning out, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, it looks pretty awful. And as I say, from my experience from the 9 months that I spent in Scotland all these years ago, I just always think of Scotland as a very rainy place.
What gives you that impression?
Well, I spent a year as a redcoat in Ayr at Butlins.
Where?
In Ayr.
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 Ayr. How do you say it?
Ayr.
Oh, Ayr.
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 It's like
Ayr.
Glaswegian or Dundonian.
I spent about 9 months there on a holiday park, and I literally remember one day when it was nice, and the rest I just remember being windy and rainy and cold.
Yeah, I'm used to that.
Yeah, it's obviously not as nice in Ayr as it is in
Ayr.
Carnoustie.
It's funny here because here some of the locals can think that it's freezing cold, and I'm used to the freezing cold, and actually I'm going around with a t-shirt thinking, gosh, it's really warm today.
Yeah.
It's the difference of the weather, isn't it? So here we go. So it's a nice little card that we have made there using the Sarah signature Letter from the Heart collection. This is just a small smidge as to what you're getting within that full bundle there. That's going to be showcased with Jan and Ben on Craft Along later on. If you want to craft along, then you can go across onto our social media and see the shopping list, or after this show, go back and watch the start again where Ben went over it all. But if you've not already got it and you want to get your hands on it, then this is our Sarah signature Letters from the Heart collection. 107 elements, 12 by 12 paper pad included, £81.38 here in the UK. For you guys stateside, $115.21. Straight away, everyone's getting that saving at the bottom of their screen. However, when you go onto our website, if you're part of Club Inspire, you're going to be paying even less than that. Madness. But that's going to be 3 p.m. here in the UK. For you guys stateside, it's going to be 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific time. There we go. We'll get there. I'm getting good with my times. Don't need my cards as much. But I'm going to get sorted. And Ben, if I come back to you, get everything organised, sorted, and we'll go on to the next bit just in a minute.
Well, there's so many questions coming in. I'm just trying to find some of the comments in between all of those questions, which we will ask Craig's mum. Karen is saying, I have this collection, I love it. I made a pretty shabby sheet card with it a couple of days ago. Karen Scannell on YouTube is saying, I love that card concept. Going to try it for my mum's card for her birthday. What a beautiful card, Craig, says Maxine. D saying, Ben, what is a redcoat? Oh, redcoat. There's a holiday park down here called Butlins, and the entertainers all wear red coats. It's quite a big thing here in the UK. So you get red coats at Butlins, and then the entertainers at another park, Pontins, are blue coats. It's basically an entertainer. That's what a red coat is. And Evelyn on Facebook just saying, I think we are all curious about Craig's life before he became the hottie Scotty. Oh boy, oh boy. If if Craig's mum answers all the questions that we've got coming in over the course of the next 45 minutes, you will be curious no more about his life before you, because there are some crackers coming, I can tell you. Now, before we get onto that and before we meet Craig's mum, let me tell you about this week's Get It, Got It Good. Yeah, brilliant. Again, if you're getting organised and you want to get your storage sorted, this is a brilliant deal, giving you your die and storage stamp folder. It's the large one, $24.98 or $31.94. You've got that ring binder design in there. You're also going to get for free your 3-pack of magnetic sheets to store all of your dies on, and then you're also going to get your storage panels, your tab storage panels for your stamps. But the way that it works out, this deal, you're not going to be paying for those magnetic sheets. So if it's storage you're after, particularly for your dies and stamps, then this is absolutely perfect. And again, how brilliant. Now we can start going out, meeting people, visit people in their gardens. If you're thinking about doing a bit of al fresco crafting, then this is absolutely perfect for you. Right, it has come to that point I know you have all been waiting for as we head over to the other side of the studio.
Stop grinning, I can see it.
No, I'm excited. And we haven't got one Laird, but 2!
We've got 2! Hello, hiya mum.
Hiya.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're nervous, aren't you? A wee bit.
I'm nervous.
A wee bit.
Yeah.
For anyone, look, Nicola's even put a name strap and everything.
Love it.
There we go. You never know. It might be someone will be doing more and more again. You never know. Anyone that's not followed either my journey or our journey here at Crafters TV, then you'll have seen basically since we started Wake Up Call. Last year I was doing a little bit of shielding with everything that's going on. So we were doing some Skyping in, and then when I came back, you were Skyping in as well from home, weren't you?
Yeah.
Now, my mum, she's obviously live, we can see. Mum is my bubble. So just in case anyone, is unsure, can you have someone beside him? Mum is my bubble, so when I go home to Scotland, I stay with my mum, and mum stays with me. So that is why, for the first time in over a year, actually, I'm looking at the monitor as well, I'm thinking, that's so strange, seeing 2 people together in this bit here. So yeah, it's really, really exciting. It's like, when you used to, take your mum to work day or school. That's what it was usually take your son to work day or that, and now it's take your mum. And not only that, it's actually live TV. So, but let's go on then. Let's have a look now. Mum hasn't. Well, you're not really a crafter, are you? I say
No.
Not really.
No.
You've not done, but you have been doing some painting, haven't you?
Painting by numbers, yes.
Yeah. What was it that you were doing?
I did a lion's head, and then I did an elephant and her baby, and then I got a new one which I haven't started yet because obviously coming into summer,
Yeah.
I'm more out on my bike,
Yeah.
and hopefully starting back at my horse riding.
That's it, because you love the horses
I
as
love
well.
horses, so yeah, I'm getting back on that.
Need to remember actually tell Nicola who done that strap, because she loves horses
does
as
she
well.
love it? Oh,
She
well, we got on really
absolutely-
well.
She does, yeah. So like the watercolor, the painting by numbers, it wasn't anything specific, it wasn't like a major watercolor or anything like that. It was just an inexpensive set that you bought, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then John, my stepdad, did he frame?
He made
one of them, didn't
board.
he?
Well, yeah, but he made a board, so that I was able to do it on the board on the dining room table rather than just do it on the table.
Yeah.
So he made that for me, and then we got frames, and we have framed them.
Yeah, and I remember off the top of my head, I think you did send me a picture. If I've not already put it on my social pages, we'll do it later on so that people can see. But you can always go back to, I can't remember the date now, but the last time you were on, you zoomed in, we showed pictures as well. So we'll do that as well. While we're waiting to do a little bit of crafting, has it given you any urge or inkling to do, you can be honest, any paper craft, you watch me or, no?
Not really, no. Not
You're
really.
more, into the horse riding
I'm
and
outdoor,
out and about.
outdoor person, yeah. Yeah.
But, well.
Yep.
Rightio. But what we've got, you're going to see it coming up on your screen right now. There we go, right to the side there. And this is your Crafter's Companion Floral Spray Decoupage Explorer Kit. Now you're getting 16 elements in this one here, including a 6x6 paper pad. I say paper pad, that's all about the die cutting. We're going to show you that in a minute. You're getting the dies, you're getting the stamps, you're getting the paper pad, you're getting the foam pads, and you're also getting the 3D glue gel. All of that you're getting for £24 here in the UK. For you guys guys stateside, that is $40. Now, you are all getting 25% off, but if I always like to say, if you are in Club Inspire, you're going to be paying less than that. Either crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, and you'll be directed to your relevant site. Right, let's have a look. So, actually, Ben, have you got any questions there just now? And then we'll do a bit of crafting.
I've got loads of questions. The first one, actually, this makes sense. So Sam says, question for Craig's mother. What did you think, Craig's mum, when Craig suggested that you should be on TV crafting live?
I thought, yeah, I could do this. Yeah, I could do this. I was nervous about it, but yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. No, we'll all do it. We'll all do it as well.
You can see.
It's okay. Don't worry. Yeah. You don't want to look at him.
No,
don't. Whatever you do, don't look at me. And lots of people actually asking as well, including Karen. What did Craig say as a kid that he wanted to be or do when he grew up?
That's you've never really said. You've always been into crafting since you were young.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you've never actually.
I think the typical I always wanted to be a wrestler or something like that. That was never going to happen.
That was always
that sort of thing. I always thought about as well maybe going into like into a restaurant, but like cooking and chef.
You are quite a good cook.
But then we ended up here.
We ended up here.
I tell you what, talking about wrestling, there are some questions to do with wrestling, which we will come on to in just a little while. But let's get you to crafting then. So, Craig, obviously you're gonna help your mum do a bit of decoupage, yeah?
Well, absolutely. So this is a demo that I was going to be doing later on. So we've jiggled it about slightly, and I thought this is going to be perfect to do with mum because it's mats and layers, what I like to do, and it's decoupage. So what we're going to do within that paper pad that you're getting within the bundle is going to look like this. So we'll go from up above. Now straight away you might think, oh gosh, it's just a load of images and we've got numbers here. Now this is where the die set works in conjunction. So what will happen is you've got all these different dies and these all correspond to these images. Now these ones, they've all got letters. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now within this one, this is where mum definitely needs her glasses because this bit's really small. Into the little notch on each one, there is an engraved number. So that matches the design onto our paper. So I can see this says number 1. It is that side. Number 1, it's got into here. So what I do, match it into number 1, and we're going to press that over. I say press it. We're going to place it over the top. So you can see from up above. So if I move it, see how you've got that bit of a white shadow all the way around? We don't want that. So we want to kind of pop it as much as we can so that we get no shadow all the way around. And then what we can do, so we'll make it slightly easier. Try to, be the good son and make it slightly easier. I know this one's number 2. And then this one, mum, is being number 3. This one is 4, and then this one is number 5. So what we're going to do, so I'm going to be really cheeky, I'm going to move it out of the way, and then what I'll do is I'll give mum a couple of bits of tape. This is just our low-tack tape. So if you just do what I done a moment ago, so you're wanting to line that up, and then you're wanting to look at that.
No.
Mum's a perfectionist like me.
Oh, okay.
And then once you're happy with it, just hold it down with one of your fingers of that to make sure that it's still. And then that's fine. So you can do that. And then maybe in the top corner, overlap the next bit. So just pop that.
Oh, look at this.
There. Perfect.
Brilliant.
So then, excellent. Look at that. Look at that. It's lifted. If you've done it a million times before. Then what we can do is we can take number 2. And then we're going to do the same again. So this one is number 2.
Right.
So you're going to have a little bit of a play about so you can see. And then I'll give you our low-tack tape.
It's like you've done this before.
Yeah, that's what it's like, isn't it?
Yeah.
All these hours of watching me on TV.
It's paid off subconsciously.
Yeah.
Taking it in.
So I can always cover for them if
Wow.
ever need be.
Absolutely, Denise. I think this could be this could be the thing.
It could be the thing.
I'm up for that. Craig, look at Craig's face. What?
What? Like what? I love my job, thank you. And then we'll do the same with 3, 4, and 5. So the tape that Mum's using is our low-tack tape. Anything like that you see, well, either Mum using or myself or Jan or any of us that were maybe not referenced on the show, of course, just go across on our website and you'll find everything that we are using. Stock dependent. If it's out of stock, it doesn't take long to come back in. But we can then lay these ones down. And one of the reasons as well I thought this demo would be good is because within this Explorer kit, you're getting your foam pads, but also your glue gel. Now, this is where, depending if you're a beginner or an experienced, you might prefer glue gel over foam pads, or you might prefer foam pads over glue gel. So we can have a bit of a play in a moment. And layer these ones. I think Mum has been in my crafty stash at home.
I mean, seriously, whizzing through this. But as producer George is just saying, you've seen so many of your shows now. It's just sort of second nature to her. John T. Laird on YouTube.
Is is my stepdad actually commenting?
Yeah.
I wonder where my wife was. It says.
Can't believe he's on there.
I can't believe
that.
John is not very social media.
Well, he's been in touch
So
today.
I can't believe, yeah.
He's been in touch today.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed.
Yeah,
I'm impressed. I am impressed.
I'm impressed. There we go.
Oh,
Oh, there we
wow.
are. John's watching us.
Yeah. Hi, hubby.
There we go. There we go. Hi, John.
Hi, John. Hi, hubby.
And Janie Nicol
Oh, my sister. My goodness.
Oh, the whole family's
family.
family now.
says his Auntie Jane made him sit on occasions and make cards with my kids. Glitter and cotton wool was my favourite, but not Craig's, haha.
Yeah, that's true. So my Auntie Jane, Mum's youngest sister.
Yeah.
You always have to point that out. Jane's also my godmother. She says that as well. If I say Auntie, she's like, I'm your godmother as well. So she's got my little cousins, Lou and Daniel. So when they were little, because what's Louise? She's 22,
24.
20,
Oh, Louise says hello from
24.
home, Craigie.
And Louise as well.
Yeah.
The whole family's coming in now. Just come on, join us. Dan is actually 18 in about a week and a bit's time.
Next week.
So next week.
Next week.
Who's
So
that?
Daniel, that's my other little cousin.
Oh, okay.
So I would do bits of crafting with them, kiddie crafting. I didn't do much of the glitter because I'm not a big fan of glitter. So, I done crafting with them. But gosh, who else in the family is going to pop up?
It's like this is your life, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It is. So what we're going to do is we're going to run these ones through our Gemini now. So we've got them secure in place. Now, for anyone that's watching that's relatively new, the dies, we say it's a cutting edge on the opposite side. It's not sharp. It's all to do with pressure. So what we're going to do is we need our plates in. So if I bring in this first one here. So, Mum, if you want to carefully pop that one onto our base plate of our Gemini, and because we've secured it with our low-tack tape, it's going to be fine. So we'll bring that one in. And then we've got another few plates lined up here. So if you want to take them ones, I've actually already got them in the order, but there'll be a plastic one first of all.
Okay.
Yep. Then next there'll be a magnetic one sandwiched between, and then you've got your top plate. So we just set that one just straight over the top. That's it. And then that's perfect.
Okay.
Square up. So then what we can do is, if you just want to either pick it up or slide it off just so that it's in place. And then what we're going to do is I usually have my, sorry Mum, turning the Geminis that way. So if you want to then just feed it into the Gemini, and you'll soon see it all.
Does it just
slot it in. And then it'll grab, there we go.
Perfect.
Let go. And then as it comes out the end, it's not going to fall, anything like that, but just stabilise it as it comes out. So now what this does is the pressure. So all of these bits, so we've got our plates, all of these bits now are going to die cut out. So if you want to start to peel these bits off, so even if you just start to lift them, or we've even got a pokey tool if you want to poke little bits out. Just little release holes.
Okay, I'll stand up here.
Can I ask you questions whilst you're
you
taking
can.
them out, Denise?
Yeah.
A lot of people asking, including, who was it you asked? I can't find it now. But a lot of people asking whether or not Craig has always been as tidy as he seems to be now. Was he a tidy child?
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
Yeah, his bedroom was always tidy.
So you didn't have to nag him to ever tidy his room?
No, he was really good. Yeah, he was really good.
I like organisation.
Yeah, he's very organised. He's a bit like me.
I am
takes,
actually.
Yeah, takes after
Yeah.
me. I'm like that. I don't like clutter.
And so he didn't go. Deb wants to know if he went through like a messy, sort of moody, sort of teenager stage. Did he go through that?
No, he didn't.
Wow.
No, he's always been very tidy and very neat and
Perfect child. Look at him. Really. He's like this.
I'm not sure about perfect, but
Definitely not perfect.
yeah.
Sorry,
another
Ben.
one? Another one?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
work.
Evangeline says, is Craig an only child, and at what stage was it apparent that Craig loved wrestling events?
No, he's got an older brother called Paul, who will actually be 40 next month.
Okay.
And Craig has always been a wrestling fan, always, since he was very young. And even now he's still a big wrestling fan.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
He never talks about it.
Did he?
We never do. No. Me, you, and Johnny, who's sometimes in the gallery. It's George and Georgina today.
Yeah.
Johnny, well, it's more of his wee boy that likes it as well. But
Yeah. Very much, yeah.
So what we're going to do is we can just pick these bits.
Right, okay.
out. We don't need to do the tape just now.
Right, okay.
We want to bring them out.
Okay.
So look at that. So all cut perfectly. If you do want to use the pokey tool on the other side, then you can do.
Right,
There's little release holes.
Is there?
So if we turn it around, because
Yeah.
what would just, sometimes the tape just holds on to the paper.
Okay.
So we can just
Right.
peel that off. I'll deal with the tape and that later.
Right, okay.
So we can do that one.
Perfectly done, though. Look at
They
that.
are, aren't they?
Yeah.
They really are. All
Okay.
lined up. And then we've still got one there.
Right.
So not
Okay.
only, so if you see within the die, see how we've got all that, usually you find the emboss, it actually debosses the design into the cardstock. So what we can do is, let's just put these out the way because we're finished with these plates. So that's the first time you've done die cutting, isn't it?
Yeah.
First time using
I've seen you do it, you know, on your...
Loads and loads.
You
Yeah,
did like
but
a pro,
actually-
to be honest. Absolute pro.
Yeah, well the thing is, you're right enough, Ben, because if you look all the way around here, you know, it's been cut perfectly. It's right up to the edge. You've got no white line or outline, so it is perfectly matched up. So then what we can do is if we do that, so that was layer 1, wasn't it? 2, 3. So we've got all these little bits now. So this is what's going to create our decoupage. So within the set that you've got on the shows, you've got your glue gel, which is this one, but you've also got foam pads as well. Now I'm not sure the size of foam pads within the set, but I've got some of ours anyway. So what we can do now is, because all of these images, these actually match this design here, but obviously it gets smaller. So what we can do is, I'm thinking, if we do a couple with foam pads, so then that way you can see the difference between foam pads and glue gel.
Okay.
So on that one and then that one, if you want to put some of these 3D foam pads just on the back of them.
Those two.
So if we do them on those two.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
So if you stick them down
Stick
that
them
way,
down first.
and then it's easy,
Yeah,
so then
right,
it'll be
okay.
easier in a minute.
Yeah, you can see I've never done this.
That's it. No,
Hey,
it's
but you're
fine.
learning from the best when it comes to foam pads.
Oh, I hear him speaking about this all the time.
Oh, do you?
Famous foam pads. Is that it?
That's more than enough, yeah.
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 Same there. Oh.
You can, if you're a new beginner or that, you can always cut down your foam pads as well if you want to go into little bits. But you know, it's not necessary to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
So
And
here.
one there.
Perfect. Now the difference between foam pads and glue gel, this is where it's really going to show perfectly with Mum being a beginner and not into crafting. So what we're going to do with foam pads, you need to be quite, you need to be exact. You've got no manoeuvrability, whereas you do with glue gel. So we'll explain that just in a second. So these ones, if you want to take the backing off of these ones, Mum,
Right.
and then what we're going to do, the royal we, is you're going to have a little bit of a play about, just so that it marries up bang over the top.
Oh, I see.
But you
okay.
need to be quite exact, because once it's stuck down,
Yeah, okay.
it's stuck down.
No pressure then.
No pressure. No pressure.
But I tell you what, family Laird, there's lots of love coming in for this. So sweet to see Craig and his mum crafting together, says Sherry. Love seeing Craig and his mum together, says Diane. And talking about the wrestling, just whilst you're popping those down there, Denise, there's a question here which says, now where is it? It's about Craig's love of wrestling. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, here it is. Denise, has Craig ever got into a physical altercation with anyone? Siblings, peers? I'm just wondering because of his love of WWE.
No.
Oh.
No, sorry to disappoint you, but no, he's never...
Me and Paul, when we
Well-
were a lot younger, we'd have our brother-sibling play fight and that.
I never saw that, but...
No broken beds or anything like that where they tried to suplex each other or...
No, definitely not. No.
Remember the time that couch broke? I'm joking.
You didn't know about that, Denise?
I never knew about that one. Right, okay, so we'll marry this up.
Yep, just over the top. Perfect.
How's that?
Perfecto. Excellent. And then what we can do is, if we do the same with that one there.
This one, okay.
We can do that.
Craig, Bernie Burnsify wants to know, is decoupage in your top 5 favourite crafts?
Top 2.
Is it?
Top 2, potentially my favourite.
Same again.
So yeah, exactly the same again.
Right.
And then once you've stuck that down, what you'll see,
There we go.
so each layer we're putting on, see how it's getting less and less.
Mm-hmm.
So what we'll do this time is these ones, now with the foam pads, that's instant and that's it in place.
Yeah.
We'll use glue gel. You've got a little bit more manoeuvrability because it's a wet glue. The only thing is afterwards we need to let it dry.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a good one for a beginner because you don't need to be exact because you can move it about.
Right.
We do, mine's is dried out, here's another one here. Within the set that you're getting within the Explorer kit, the glue gel, you do get a syringe with it. I don't tend to use a syringe, I just use our poke tool. So what I just do, Mum, is just put a little bit on our poke tool and then just put a couple of bits on the back of these ones here.
Right, okay. Just sort it up this way.
Yeah, that's fine. And what to do is you don't need to spread it out because we're wanting that height to it, like the foam pads do. So that's fine.
First mistake.
No, it's not. No, it's a learning. So we can just do it again, and
Like that.
that's it. Perfect. Yeah, because the glue, it'll still give you that height.
Right.
I'll do another bit in the middle.
Right.
How long does that take to dry, Karen's asking?
So I would say to kind of move it about on your desk, your craft room or that, or if you were to knock it over, it'll be steady within round about 20 minutes to be like absolutely bone dry to post into the post or anything like that. I would always leave it overnight. But like I say, if you were to drop it after about 20 minutes, it'll still stay in place. So you don't need to worry too much.
So,
So
same
if
with
we
these
do
ones.
the same with these ones.
Right,
Yep.
okay. Just be one.
Yeah, I'll just get one on these ones.
Yeah.
Do the same. Any other? Oh, I hate to ask
I
Ben.
know.
Any other questions?
I know there's not been anything.
Well,
any you want
No,
any
the
scandal?
thing is,
Any scandal?
there are some questions, but I just know that, you know, from the answers that we've had so far, there's not a lot of scandal to be had here. I mean, he's as nice as he looks, everybody. Seriously. Hannah just saying, was Craig naughty as a kid? And Rebecca following up that with, has Craig ever got into trouble at school? So I think we've established that he wasn't a naughty child,
No.
but did he ever get a detention or did he ever get lines at school? Did he ever get in trouble?
Not that I'm aware of. If he did, then I don't know about that one. But no, he didn't. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean, seriously, all of this dirt I was going to
I know,
dish for you,
I
there's been
know.
nothing.
I know. I was wanting to. Not that there's any much dirt, but never
We'll
mind.
talk later.
Yeah.
You've obviously talked before, that's what I think's happened.
No, I was prepared to say anything. I said, you know.
There we go.
Right.
So what we can do now, exactly the same as what we've done with the foam pads.
Right.
But this time, what we just need to take into account is you've got a little bit more manoeuvrability. So if you don't get it in the right place, you can still move it.
So that's going here. Is that right?
That's right, yep.
Oh, I see what you mean. That is a bit.
So there we go.
This
And then, so that's fine. And then again, with the glue gel as well, what you can do is, although that's in place, if you want it a bit higher, you can pull it up.
Oh,
or if you
okay.
want it lower, you can press it down. You can't do that with foam pads.
Right,
So it's
okay.
just a personal preference. So what we can do is, let's go into this
This one.
next bit. And we're going to do the same again.
So that is...
So that
It's like a
is...
jigsaw, isn't it? Where's that?
Where is that one? Oh, there we go. It's right in the center. Even I couldn't see it there.
Right, okay.
Liz wants to know, did Craig do art at school? And if he did, what grade did he get?
Yeah, I've got a folder full of his art, things he did at school, and he got quite a high grade. I think you were about a B or a B, I think, with your art.
Something like that.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, very, very arty.
Oh,
A cupboard, there's a cupboard in the house, and it's all got caricatures on it.
yeah.
It's Bart Simpson, and it's been
Casper
like
the
that
Ghost.
since you were young, and I've never touched it. It's just the same, the whole cupboard.
I feel like that's something that we need to see.
Picture, yeah?
Yep.
We
Need
could
to
do
see
that.
Absolutely.
pictures of that.
Yeah,
That'd be
it's
brilliant.
really good.
Yeah, we could
Really
do that.
good.
But yeah, Ben, I was always kind of like the hands-on. So I liked art, I liked techie workshop, I liked home economic, you know, I liked that, you know, I was all right at maths and English and that sort of stuff. My brother is, you know, my brother like is an accountant. He loves his math, his mathematics.
He's what, an accountant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas you know, I think you would say he's not like he's got no interest in things like DIY, that sort of stuff. Whereas I do. So we're different in that sort of way. So yeah, different scope between both of us.
Maria wants to know, I mean, you can, either of you can answer this, but Maria wants to know, what was Craig's first job?
It was working in the local supermarket.
Yep.
Was it?
It was.
Stacking the shelves or
Yeah.
check out?
He started off at 16,
Yep.
stacking the shelves, and actually worked his way up to...
Well, management. It was
management.
trading manager. Yeah.
Yeah, he was manager. Yeah, he worked his way up.
Did he get the job off his own back, or did you tell him to get out and do some work?
No, he did it off his own back, and he's
he?
always wanted to work.
In
He's
actual
always
fact, with the job, at the time, I think it's kind of the same now, it's always stuck, but at the time, you could be 16
Yes.
to work
Yes.
in food retail and that. I know it's kind of changed now. So I applied for the job and had an interview 2 weeks before
The government
my
changed.
well,
Yeah, they changed it.
and it was 2 weeks before my 16th birthday, and I got offered the job, but it said you can't start until you're 16. So I started, and then it was literally about a couple of days later, the government had changed it, saying you had to be 18, but I'd already signed my contract, and so I was fine, so I was good. And then that was it. It was like 18 years I worked. 17 years I worked for the co-op.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's some great questions coming in. Do you want me to keep firing these?
Yeah, but what I would say just now, what we'll do,
Yeah,
Ben,
I don't know,
is we'll do
suppose.
these bits. So we've got
Good.
that final one. So that's just going to go
that's
into
going
that
there.
little
Oh,
centre
right,
bit
okay.
there.
So that's got to be there.
So you can do.
That's a bit fiddly, isn't
What
it?
you could, Georgina's just said, bless your mum using her fingers. You could use the pokey tool if
Right.
you find it easier,
Yeah,
just to manoeuvre it into place.
yeah,
You're a cracking job there.
It really is.
Really good.
Really is.
right.
You busy tonight, Mum? Because I've got prep to do for tomorrow.
I'll stay and help. I'll stay
You're,
and help.
you're actually sticking around
I am
to see
sticking around,
me
yeah.
doing my first slot on HSN, aren't I, later on? So what we can do is let's assemble this one now. So we're going to come in with one of our tape runners here. And also, when it comes to this demo, the other reason that I wanted to do it is because there's mats and layers.
Yes.
And you know how I like to do my mats and layers. So because we've used the glue gel, it's wet, we just need to be careful that we don't squash it. I've got all of these layers already cut. So what I'm going to do is, if I've already stamped this sentiment from a collection that I've got, and this is our tape runner, so this is our double-sided tape. So all that we're going to do, I like to say it's kind of like a mouse. So we're just going to hold it, and then we're just going to go all the way around.
I used to have one at work.
That's right, yeah, because you were a print finisher, weren't you?
Yeah, I worked in printing. Finisher, so we used these, yeah.
You used, was it all on a bigger scale, was it? Or
No, that
Yeah.
size, yeah.
So it's just full adhesive. Again, all these
Yeah.
sorts of things you'll find on our website. So I've done that one. Not that I needed to explain to Mum because she knows how they work.
It's a while though.
But if you want to then layer this one over the top. Now this is really putting you in the deep end here.
Right.
See if you can line that up. You know, it doesn't need to be completely straight all the way round, but as close as you can.
Right, okay.
I could make it easier
And do it for me.
Or if we just go that way, so
All
I'll
right,
move
okay,
to the side.
sorry.
Just like, no, it's okay.
Right.
I could make it easier and give you our all-purpose glue gel.
But
I'm
why
not.
would you do that for your mum?
Why would I do that?
By the way, John T. Laird has messaged again.
Oh, what's he saying now?
I nearly painted over Casper once, much to Denise's horror.
On the cupboard.
Oh, in the cupboard.
Yeah, look at it, look at it.
Casper, yeah.
Yeah, apparently he nearly painted over Casper.
I'm just more shocked that he's put another comment.
Oh yeah,
know.
there's 2 comments
Two
now.
comments.
Yeah, he's a proper social media professional
Oh,
now.
that's him now.
That's him
yeah.
now, sorted.
Yep, sorted.
So what we'll do is we'll do the same on the back here, Mum, and we're going to do exactly the same with these 3 here, and then we're going to assemble it.
So what am I doing?
So if we pop tape on the back of this one,
Right.
and then we're going to pop it onto this 5x7 card blank.
Just whilst you're
that there.
taping as well,
Go for it.
Linny wants to know, Ben, can you please ask Mrs. Laird what was the first thing Craig made for her? Can you remember?
gosh.
Well, I do actually. It was at school. It was that. I've still got it. You know, it was had mirrors, broken mirrors in it, and it's like a
That's
wee
right.
shelf.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. You made that at school, so that was the first
I
thing.
do remember
I
that.
hope all of
Craig
these
made
things,
for me.
all of these things you've been chatting about, we definitely need to see pictures of on social media, I think, over the course of the next few weeks. This would
Definitely.
be great.
That'd be
Right.
good. And then we're going to do exactly the same now onto this card blank.
Right. Okay.
Here we go, that's fine. We have done past glue school shows that you'll find
Maybe
across
that's
on
a bit
YouTube.
squint, but never mind.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You know where we've got different glues or that. That's
Perfect.
fine. And then just the last couple of bits. So if we do the same with this border, Mum, so if we stick that onto the green and then we'll pop it to the side of this layer.
Right. So is it just one down the centre?
Or you can do one at each side if you want. So just run down each side.
Right. Okay.
Or just go from top to bottom if you want to make it a bit easier.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Whilst Mum's sticking, Alicia wants to know, Craig, what is your favourite mummy meal?
My favourite mummy meal. She does make, well, it's kind of like a side dish to a meal. It's not turkey dinosaurs, Georgina.
Never
Smiley
made them.
potato
Never
faces.
made them. Don't even eat them.
What is it, Craig? What is it?
Yeah, it's kind of like a side dish. She does incredible potato dolphinoise.
Oh yeah.
Or
yeah.
I call it potato dolphins. Yeah.
Potato dolphins.
I can literally eat a whole bowl.
Ooh,
with
sounds
them.
lovely.
So this
Love
goes
them.
here.
That's it. Yep. Perfect.
Oh no, I've made a mistake.
Don't worry. No, you're okay. If you press that down, and then
Right.
what we can do,
Right.
if you want to turn it around, and then just snip the bottom off.
Right. Okay.
There we go. Now I'll just straighten it up.
John T's hooked on social media, by the way. just had one word from him. Just says hooked. Hooked! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! So.
There we go then. So it'll be between the two of yous, it'll be commenting. So we'll pop tape on the back, and then what we can do is we can pop it roughly to the left side.
Down each side
Yeah,
again.
that's fine.
Right. Okay.
Perfect. Excellent. This is great. I'm enjoying this.
I am, honestly.
brilliant.
It's been so much fun watching you guys together and watching your mum craft as well. I reckon, we don't normally do a demo of the show in this particular show, but I reckon this should maybe go up on the shelf. What do you
I think so. I think so.
Maybe.
Once a month I'll come and do this then. Any excuse to get a holiday. Come down.
Oh, it won't be a holiday at mine.
No, he'll get you working.
So we can just stick that down the left-hand side there as well.
Do I?
So you can either do it right to the edge, or if maybe you want to leave a little bit of a gap at the side
right,
there,
okay, right
it's up
there.
to yourself.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll do that one there, and then once we're happy with that,
Again,
perfect.
it's over.
So then what we'll just do is tape on there and tape on the back there.
Tape there and tape there.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll pop our decoupage on, and that'll be us. Fab. So yeah, so whether it's our tape runner or, you know, at home, you might be comfortable using our tacky glue or glue gels. It's up to yourself. Got lots of different options across on our site. But no, Ben, this is good for me as well. It's because we've literally never crafted with Mum before. Never done crafting like this before.
Could that not be a programme, Crafting with Mother? Remember that?
Could be. You never
I
know.
love the idea of that. Yes.
Like Watch with Mother.
That's up to,
Watch with Mother was a programme.
That's up to Jenny and Erin and Sarah as well. Let them decide. So we'll
Right.
do the same on that one. And then that goes on our card blank. Excellent.
And that goes
So then we can position that
where? Anywhere?
anywhere you want towards that top bit. So we
Yeah.
can still see the sentiment at the bottom.
Right there.
Yeah, or you can come down slightly a wee bit. There we go.
That.
There we go. And then what to do is just give it a bit of a press to adhere. Just press with your hand.
Right.
That's it, yeah. Adhere that one. And then last but not least, let's bring in our decoupage again. So we're going to be careful because it's still wet. I don't want to put it over
Yeah.
in pop tape because it's going to obviously squash it. So what we'll do again, if we bring in the glue gel and we'll put a couple of little dots on the back. I'll hold it for you. So if you want to take that
Right.
and that, and then just squeeze. So we can put even just 3 or so is more than enough. This is where either your all-purpose would work well as well. Excellent.
Is that okay?
And then I'll swap you. There and then there. Oh,
Whoa, that was
close one, close one.
Whoa, went the other way. Right, so
And then what we can do, just have a look by eye. So it looks as though it needs to turn round 80 degrees. That's it, maybe a little bit more. I would say that's kind of fine.
about there.
About there.
So that's probably sitting like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Excellent.
I love that.
Excellent. Look at, and I tell you what, let's just do one last bit. I've got a bow there as well, so that's really going to finish it off,
Right,
that bow.
okay.
So that's fine.
Just the
Right.
one bit.
Just the one
Yeah.
bit's fine, into the
there.
little centre. And then you decide, do you want it there, further down? What do you think?
I'm thinking I'm going to put it there.
I think so as well.
Brilliant.
There we go.
Look at that.
That is
There we go.
This
phenomenal.
one I did earlier.
There we are. There we are. So look at that. How smart is that? And then even if you slightly tip it forward, Mum, and then you'll start to see the raised decoupage. So if you go a little bit, look at that. So here you go.
Marks out of 10 for your mum, Craig?
Oh, definitely 10. Definitely 10. More than 10, that is for sure. Oh my gosh, that has been so much fun.
I've enjoyed
Did
that.
you enjoy that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, excellent.
It's been absolutely brilliant.
That's so good.
Thanks for
Thank you
inviting me.
for popping on. That's
Yes.
really good. And certainly, I've tried not to look much at the comments. I've been leaving that to Ben. I'll keep a look at it now as well and then get sorted. What we need to do as well is, we better say as well, thank you to Jane, because we know that she wanted another shout out. But a big shout out to my stepdad, John, because that's
yeah.
just floored me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Floored me as well. So while I get myself sorted and Mum's going to have a little seat across there, we'll go back to Ben and he'll go over something else that you're going to see later on the day on Crafters TV.
Bye.
Oh my goodness, how much fun was that? Seriously, we need more of Craig's mum, I think, here in the CTV studios. I think we have started something here. It's been absolutely brilliant. Lots still to come, though, on Crafters TV as we head through the day. Now, launch party is coming up 7 o'clock here in the UK tonight, 2 p.m. Eastern, midday.
You see, I send her off and she goes off in a huff. She wanted to stay around, but no, it's not good for my mum. She's off in a huff.
It's fine, don't worry about it. He's more noisy than you are, Denise, normally. Drop stuff all over the place. Anyway, and as I was saying, 7 o'clock tonight, launch party, sneak peek as to something which is coming your way. We got our subs box craft kit number 36 is here, and these are already flying out of the door. It's your Scene Creator card kit. So again, these are absolutely perfect. If you've liked the idea of our Scene Creator card dies, but perhaps didn't want to go the whole hog and buy a full collection, this kit is brilliant because you get a little bit to sort of dip your toe in the water, and this kit itself contains your dies, your card blanks, your envelopes. You've got your assorted papers in here as well. You've got your printed papers, dewdrops, pearls, everything that you need to create a minimum. they always set a minimum of 24 cards, but of course you've got those dies in there, which you then will be able to use time and time and time again. And actually, come and get this. You'll enjoy using these Scene Creator card dies so much, you'll come back and buy more. But perfect if you're just starting out, perfect if you just want to dip your toe in the water, and perfect as a gift idea as well. If you've already collected box 1 through 35, obviously you're going to be getting 36. If you don't grab it now, I'm sure you'll be grabbing it later on as well. And we will do a full unboxing of this later with Jan, and no doubt see lots of demos as well. I just think value for money wise, these really are superb. Tonight, 7 o'clock UK time, 2 o'clock East Coast, at midday Pacific time. Make sure you're here to join us for that. Something else which you might want to get your hands on, which launched yesterday. No, I tell a lie. It's here on the show a little bit later on. The Out of This World deal we're talking about is the Tri-Blend Brush Complete Collection. 24 of these. So kind of work how your Tri-Blends do, but they've got that brush nib, Japanese brush nib, which just gives you more coverage. Of course, you've got the blendability with these two. And the great thing about this particular collection is it comes with that Sarah Buddy bag. So perfect partners right here. £60 or $89. Of course, if you're a platinum member, another 20% comes off that. So really, really great value for money. I know there's been a lot of interest in our Spectrum Noir products recently, in these Tri-Blend brushes, always very popular. The fact that you can get that collection today with the Buddy bag, I just think that means that they are going to fly out of the door later on launch party. You will see them in action. Loads of love coming in on the comments. I'll let Craig have a look at these with you in just a few moments time, but I know we've only got 10 minutes left, so let's crack on with another demo. Are you looking at these Tri-Blend brushes now?
We are indeed. We're going to have a look at them. And just quick, there's one comment I want to read, and I know Mum's just at the side of me, so she'll hear it as well. Natalie Ingram, she's put on Facebook saying, I've been lucky enough to have my wedding card and the kid's birthday card made by Craig over the years. Go Denise, love the Ingalls. There you go. Family, well, John's friends from years ago, and obviously friends with Mum now as well. So there we go. Big shout out. But yeah, what we're doing, Ben, is we're going to focus on the Tri-Blend brush. So what I've got is, this is our Nina cardstock, and this is perfect for doing our colouring because this is alcohol-based pens. If you're not familiar with our Tri-Blend range, what it is, now this one here is being the red tone. Now it looks as though it's one pen, but what it actually is to be more specific, it's the dark red blend. So what we've got on one side, we've got the light tone. On the opposite side, we've got the deep tone. And then in the middle, we've got the mid-tone. So this is what allows you to do the 3-shade blending technique. But instead of, with our Classique, where they're all individual pens, which are great, you give them a lot more colours, these ones are a nice little set because you've got 48 in total, but you're also getting that Buddy bag as well. And the brush, so I like to think of, when it comes to the brush markers, if you're familiar with our Illustrator pens, it's the same idea as the Illustrator pens, however, it's the 3 colours, or the 3 shades within the one pen. So what I'm going to do is, I've brought in one of our Birth Floral month stamps, and I've gone for June,
okay,
which is the rose. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it out, and because I'm using alcohol pen, I need to use my alcohol proof dye ink pad. So I'm going to stamp it out, and this one just happens to be Flagstone, which isn't as sharp as a black, but still it's going to give you a really cracking outline when it comes to stamping.
Tell you what, we've got some loads of people still watching. Your mum has been a ratings hit, apparently, I've just been told.
And there you go. Holly and Phil next, Mum. See you on Holly and Phil next. Don't forget me. Definitely.
You like Holly and Phil, do you? I didn't know that.
Oh, do you not know,
no, I didn't know that either?
No.
I've learned a couple of things about you today. Wrestling and Holly and Phil. Who knew?
Who knew? Who knew? I know. Oh, I love your sarcasm, Ben. So what we've done now is... Good one, Georgina. Georgina's just said I feed off his. Good.
True.
Good. True. So now that we've got our impression here, so this specific stamp range, you've got a lot of shade and detail in there as an accent that you can then carry on and follow. So I'm putting a little bit of cardstock underneath. This could be a bit of waste card that you've got. It's just to catch any colours. They will bleed, and that's normal, that's what you want. You're getting that distribution of colour. So what we can do is you can use them like you would do with our traditional tri-blends or classiques, but I'm going to go in now with my light tone, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to build up some colour. Now I'm going into a section at a time, so I'm going about 2/3 of the way up, and this is sort of priming it. We're priming our cardstock with the light tone. So now I'm going over to the opposite side, which is the deep tone, and I'm only going to come down a smidge, maybe like not even 1/3 of the way. Then what we can do is we can then go into the mid-tone, and we're going to blend that out. But I'm not going to come over this full deep tone of colour. I'm only going to come along where it meets the light, and I'm going to blend it out, and I'm going to work my way, and I'm going to go right up to where I finished with the light tone. And then I can come along, and I'm going to go back to the light tone here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend these ones out. The brush nibs, whether it's Illustrator or the tri-blends, these are phenomenal for anything that you're wanting movement, such as hair or, animals' fur. However, with that deal that you're getting, because you're getting them, all the pens, you're also getting the Sarah Buddy bag, you can absolutely use these in the same way that you would use our traditional tri-blends or our classiques.
And that's the thing to say, isn't it, as well? Because I think some people get a bit confused with the tri-blends and then the tri-blend brushes, thinking that they have to have the tri-blends first and then you almost move on to the brushes. But that's not the case, is it?
No, it's not. So as I say here, if you're wanting to get that movement when it comes to hair or fur, anything like that, then your tri-blend brush, they're going to be perfect because you've got that real flexibility nib. So you've got that brush nib. However, it doesn't stop you from using them the way that you would do with any of your other alcohol pens. So it's simply as doing a section at a time, because alcohol evaporates. So don't do all your light colour first and then go to the dark, then go to the mid. Do a section at a time. And even there, can you see how that started to blend out? So we've got the depth towards the bottom left, and it's getting lighter and lighter. And then what I'm going to do is let's go in again. So I'm going to go into this section. And it's so much fun. It's so therapeutic to just sit and colour. And this is why so many people love colouring, Ben. Is the fact is it just takes your mind away.
Yeah.
As does crafting. But I would always say that, colouring is certainly one of the top ones that people do just to relax.
That's right. You think about the amount of people who sort of messaged us and said to us over the course of the last year about how crafting, and more specific, like you said, colouring, has sort of really helped them with mindfulness and their mental health. It's just nice, isn't it, just to sort of get lost in it. And it's one of those crafts, again, that like everyone can colour, can't they? Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things that
absolutely.
We all did it as kids. It's something that you can definitely get back into. And as I always say, my sister is not a crafter, but one of the things she always carries around with her is a colouring book and some colouring pens. And then whenever she gets, a day when she's a little bit stressed out, whatever it might be, out comes the colouring book, out comes the pens, and she just gets lost for an hour or so. It's very, very good for that, I think.
It is. You might have no intention to learn how to blend and shade. You don't have to use these pens in that way. If you want to use these so that they're 3 separate shades of red, you absolutely can do. But it's nice to have them within your stash. Maybe you've got a son, a daughter, grandson, granddaughter, anything like that, that are maybe into our college or university, or anything along those lines. So here we go. So that's all that I'm going to do with that bit. I would, of course, carry on and still giving it a moment or two for the alcohol to evaporate, but you can see how you've got that depth coming along when it comes to the actual petals of the rose. So isn't that phenomenal? And absolutely someone that's going to be able to show you incredible things with these is Jan. These are going to be coming up in Launch Party later on at the end of today, here in the UK anyway, which is of course 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific time. But before that, I'm going to go over to Ben because you've got another little bit of a shopping list to do, haven't you?
I certainly have, yeah. We've got our craft along coming up at 3 o'clock. I can see just through the studio doors that the crafty headmistress is here. Yes, Jan will be taking you through that craft along a little bit later on. It's the Letters from the Heart collection, of course, Sarah's signature collection. And this is what you'll need. You can see the full list on our socials, but we are going to be using the Letter from the Heart collection. So you'll need that typewriter that you saw earlier on, the stamp and die lace envelope. You'll need your lace borders die. You'll need your classic postmark stamps, the 12x12 paper pad, the A4 craft cardstock, and also the some 12x12 brown cardstock. There's 2 other pages of items that you will need. You can check out the full list on our socials. And the great thing is, as Craig has been mentioning, if you haven't yet got this collection, you've got the ability to pick that up during the show, and then you'll have that craft along available for you on our YouTube page that you can come back to once you've got all of your crafty goodies. So that is coming up in an hour and a half time. Very much looking forward to it. Craig.
Absolutely. But that's not it for today, as Ben's just said. You know, that's what you've got coming up later on. It's that's me for the day on Crafters TV. However, you guys stateside, what we're going to do is you're going to see me popping up throughout Craft Day on HSN America. So I'm just trying to think as well, because so the first 4 p.m. UK time, so that's 3, 2, 1, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Then I'm on 7 p.m. our time, which is 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then I'm also going to be on at 10 p.m. Eastern time. That's you guys. 3 a.m. our time. Anyway, that's going to be good. I have popped it onto my social media. Yeah, there we go. There you are. Cups of coffee. Cups of coffee. Ben, thank you so much. It was so good to be back with you again. We'll be back together tomorrow. Massive thank you as well to my mum and all your lovely comments seeing my mum. It was so good. I've had a blast. I'm glad you did. But I will be back same time tomorrow to do it all over again, where it's random acts of kindness tomorrow. So that's going to be an interesting one to get all your comments in as well. Have a lovely rest of the day with Jan and Ben, and I will see you, if not on HSN America, I will see you right here on Crafters TV tomorrow. Bye. Bye.